Hi there, welcome to the Emotional Profile Assessment Test. In this one, we shall be evaluating your emotional health based on 5 counts. Basically, social skills, self awareness, managing emotions, motivating oneself, and empathy. So, these ones, as you can see in the pie chart here, will be the score on which you evaluate where you're functioning less, where you're functioning more. Why? Because human beings are emotional creatures. We work from emotion. Doesn't matter how much logic and reasoning we use, we will work dominantly from emotions. So the first part of this will be covering the description, understand what the test is all about. And the next part will be telling you how to use the Excel sheet. The download links of the Excel sheet are in the description box. Enjoy. Hi everybody. So let's talk about emotional profile, which is a part of advanced testing series of personality. Now this one I had to include it in the testing module because emotional profiling is much material is out there and it's much misunderstood as well. We have an emotional body, each one of us, which is the repository of all the things of our life experiences, our upbringing, and so on and so forth. It's very complex. So unless we get a basic handle on what our emotional profile is at that moment, I want to be very specific about that. It's at that moment. The human being is constantly shifting and changing throughout life. So there is nothing like something etched in stone. It's not like that you are stuck with whatever your emotional profile is at any given time. So never misinterpret these kind of tests as, this is etched in stone, this is carved in gold or something like that. Nothing like that. Okay. So some basic emotional profiling that I do will be along these lines. Just follow this. First, let's see what it's about. What is emotional profiling about? Okay, every one of us has a natural emotional body. Okay, how we perceive things. Even astrology can tie it into this. How we act and react to a person, places, situations, and things in our lives. Emotional profile tests capture the base of where the human is, again, as I said, at that moment, empowering you to know your inner emotional self powerfully and quickly, and thereby allowing you the freedom to change and modify as you see fit in your life, in your current situation, circumstances. So this comes back to the principle of unless you know where you are in the map of your personality, you don't know where you're heading. Everybody wants to change or tweak their personality slightly here and there. Everybody is really happy with themselves if you strictly look at it from that point of view. Even emotionally, everybody is really content with where they are. It's the way they were born. It's the way their soul chose to be born if you want to go down the esoteric path. But you have to know where you are first. The emotional profile is a scale. It has nothing to do with good or bad. Don't think in black and white again. It's a very colorful world we are. We are each one a very colorful personality. Just a profile of the areas of your emotion you would need more attention to and more development from you. This is conscious co-creation, folks. This is how you engage consciously, not unconsciously. Emotional profiles always change, shift, morph with age and life experience of relationships and maturity throughout a person's lifetime. That's important to remember. It's always shifting, slightly here and there. Okay, let's see a report. The sample report, we have got a pie again. The report is given as a result of questions which I use in Excel sheets to do with my clients over Zoom. So this is the pie chart. As we can see, we have 5 slices of the pie. And what are the areas or a test result, how it looks like? Let's go one by one. Social skill, self-awareness, managing emotions, motivating oneself, and empathy. Now the numbers you see there are the scores. So what do the scores indicate? 35 to 50 indicates this is the area of strength for you. These are your strong points. 18 to 34, you need to give attention to where you feel you are weak. that will pay good dividends, that will make you successful in that area. If you need that in your job, in your profession, in your relationships, etc., etc. 10 to 17 will make this a priority. You need to develop this if it is that low on the scale. Now this person, fortunately, is doing very good on all scores. So, but what is the 30 to 50 range? 35 to 50? Well, they have got motivating oneself and self-awareness very high on the scale. The highest being social skill. So the highest skill is social interaction, which they have scored 40. Next, equal measures are self-awareness and motivating oneself. So they are very good in these areas. Empathy and managing emotions, they are kind of balanced. Nothing is below the 10 or below 17 there. So they're good. They're good with that. If they need to manage emotions and empathy, which is between 18 and 34 in this scoring range, that is, in this person's case, empathy and managing emotions. Well, if they need to do this, they need to get some tools, get some help from resources. Maybe check out the internet and see where or what kind of exercises or what kind of things they need to look at can be helpful in these two areas. You can even just Google these terms, empathy and managing emotions. What's that about? You get tons of resources on the internet. Let's just briefly discuss the definitions of each one of these 5. Self-awareness. What is self-awareness? Self-awareness is the foundation of personal growth and success. Daniel Goleman calls it the keystone of emotional intelligence. A lot has been written and spoken about in recent times about emotional intelligence. Recognize and understand your emotions and you have the power to control them. First is recognizing and understanding where they are, where you are. This kind of attention to your thoughts and feelings makes it impossible for your emotions to rule you. You should not be getting carried away by your emotions. You should be a master of them. That means you should be able to stand back, observe them, and then deal with them. That's called mastery. With emotional self-awareness, you understand your own emotions and their impact on your performance. You know what you are feeling and why, and how it helps or hurts you, what you are trying to do. You sense how others see you, and your self-image reflects that larger reality. You have an accurate sense of your strength and limitations, which gives you a realistic self-confidence, not imagined self-confidence, not pomp, not arrogance or narcissism, okay? It also gives you clarity on your values and your sense of purpose, so you can be more decisive when you set a course of action. That's what this provides you. Self-awareness, or the ability to recognize and understand your own emotions, is a critical emotional intelligence skill. Beyond just recognizing your emotions, however, it is being aware of the effect of your actions, moods, and emotions on other people. We all live with somebody. We all live with family, friends, and so on. So you need to know the effect that way also, from self to others. Self-awareness, how to improve self-awareness. These are the generic points, some tips, okay? You can Google this because it's a very vast subject. Here are the basic tips. Ask for constructive feedback. Keep a journal. Learn new skills. Meditate. Pay attention to your thoughts and emotions. Pursue your passions. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is being engaged with the moment, with whatever is going on. Reflect on your experiences. Set goals. Use positive self-talk, affirmations, intentions. Work on building growth mindset. That's how you improve self-awareness. Managing emotions. Self-regulation, what is it? The second of the pie. Managing emotions. This is the ability to control emotions and impulses. People who self-regulate typically don't allow themselves to become too angry, jealous, sad, etc., etc. They don't make impulsive, careless decisions. They think before they act. Characteristics of self-regulation are thoughtfulness, comfort with change, integrity, and the ability to say no. You should be having the freedom and the confidence, self-assured kind of confidence to say, no, I do not like this, or I do not agree with such and such a thing. It concerns managing one's own emotions and predicting their effects. Self-awareness, or the ability to recognize and understand your own emotions, is a critical emotional intelligence skill. Beyond just recognizing your emotions, however, is being aware of the effect of your actions, moods, and emotions on other people. Managing emotions is emotional intelligence skill that relates to handling your own and others' emotions effectively. Typically, emotional management and understanding are considered higher level skills. Self-management skills relate to the emotions you are feeling at any given moment in time, or any given circumstance or situation, and how well you manage them. Self-control is a fundamental part of this. How do we improve managing emotions? Some tips, again, you can research this on the internet. Be mindful of your thoughts and feelings. Build distress tolerance skills. How do you manage your distress situations or circumstances? Wherever you are in life, you have develop some skills which are very specific to you and how you look at life. Find ways to manage difficult emotions. Look at challenges as opportunities. Practice your communication skills. Recognize that you have a choice in how you respond. Use cognitive reframing to change the thought patterns and emotional responses. Work on accepting your emotions. Okay? Motivating oneself. What is motivating oneself? Motivation is another important emotional intelligence skill. People who are emotionally intelligent are motivated by things beyond external rewards like fame, money, recognition, and acclaim. Instead, they have a passion to fulfill their own inner needs and goals. See, there's a big difference there. People who are emotionally intelligent are motivated by things beyond external rewards like fame, money, recognition, and acclaim. Instead, they have a passion to fulfill their own inner needs and goals. They seek internal rewards, experience flow from being totally in tune with an activity, and pursue peak experiences. Those who are competent in this area tend to be action-oriented. They set goals, they have a high need for achievement, and are always looking for ways to do things better. They always tend to be committed and are good at taking initiative. However, it is being aware of the effect of your actions, moods, and emotions on other people, which is also being an important part of this. Like, it's a holistic picture here. Okay? How to improve motivation? Avoid overusing extrinsic rewards. Means don't look for rewards from the external world. Let it be a praise. Let it be somebody constantly tapping you on the back, or giving you words of encouragement, or giving you money or raise or salary or profits, or a car. People these days buy cars because they have such low self-image, big cars. Avoid overusing that. Overusing is the crucial word there. Nothing wrong with having things, but you don't look for a self-attestation, so to speak, based on what you possess. Celebrate your results for your own sake, not for anybody around you, not even your closest friends and family. Focus on setting small, achievable goals. Introduce new challenges to keep things interesting and exciting. Set goals to help build intrinsic motivation. Again, go back and listen to the other one. Previous slide. Work with a friend or co-worker to find accountability. Very important word, that word, accountability, to oneself. Empathy. A lot of this needed, and a lot of sensitives are waking up to this word now. Empathy. What is it? Empathy is the ability to understand how others are feeling. It's critical to emotional intelligence, but it involves more than just being able to recognize the emotional states of others. It also involves your responses to people based on this information. Being empathetic also allows you to understand the power dynamics that are often influencing social relationships, especially in workplace settings. This is important for guiding your interactions with different people, different cultures, races. The world has become a very small place today, so you will encounter this. Empathy is an awareness of the needs and feelings of others, both individually and in groups, being able to see things from the point of view of others. Empathy helps us to develop stronger understanding of other people's situations, emotions, personality, you name it. How to improve empathy? Some tips here. Be willing to share your own feelings openly without hiding any of it, without any fear of retribution or without being attacked. You can stand in your own confidence without anybody getting triggered or doing anything. Engage in a cause such as a community project. Engage with the community. Listen to other people to understand their emotional state, not necessarily what they are going on about, but where are they coming from emotionally. Practice loving kindness. This one I love personally. Buddhist metta chants. They are about compassionate kindness. Talk to new people. Try to imagine yourself in somebody else's situation, putting yourself in other person's shoes. Popularly talked about. Social skill, the last one of our list. What is social skill? Being able to interact well with others is another important aspect of emotional intelligence. Having strong social skills allows people to build meaningful relationships with other people. Meaningful being the key there. A lot of people we all have relationships all over the place. But are they meaningful to you? Do they mean something to your heart? Are you resonant with that or discordant with that? Develop a stronger understanding of themselves and others. True emotional understanding involves more than just understanding your own emotions and those of others. You will also need to able to put this information into practice, into your work, into your interactions, into your communications, into your email, social media posts, Instagram posts, so on and so forth. Social skills encompass a wide range of relationship and interpersonal skills. This range from leadership through to influencing and persuading and managing conflict, as well as working in a team. These people make good team players. Developing social skill if you are working in a team is crucial. The term social skills covers a wide variety of skills and competencies, many of which are rooted in self-esteem and personal confidence. By developing your social skills, being easy to talk to, being a good listener, being sharing and trustworthy, you also become more charismatic and attractive to others and to yourself. How to improve social skill? Ask open-ended questions like which do not require a yes or no answer. Like, how is the weather today? How are you doing in your life today? That's an open-ended question. It's not like, are you going to do this or are you going to do that? It's not a selection of A or B or a yes or no answer. That's an open-ended question. Find icebreakers that will help start conversations. How do you start conversations with strangers? It's an important skill. See, you need to develop such skills. Research the internet. Notice other people's social skills. Practice good eye contact. Practice your social skills. Practice active listening. Active listening is very multi-layered and multi-dimensional approach. You're not just listening to the body language. You're not just listening to the words or the context, but you're listening to emotion. You're listening to everything about the person. Active listening I have also covered in my corporate seminar podcast if you want to look up my channel. Show interest in others. Watch your body language. Even body language I have covered quite a bit in the corporate seminar series. Alright? Hello everyone. We are now in the advanced emotional profile assessment. Now, many people call this emotional intelligence, which I differ from, because emotion is not about really intelligence. Intelligence is more of a mental faculty. Emotional profile is something which is very important. You can call it emotional intelligence if that's what suits you. But this test, this Excel worksheet, download links are below, will give you the 4 basic set of emotional attributes that you have and where you need to improve on. Much needed in the world today, if you ask me. So what are these 4 or 5 attributes? Self-awareness, managing emotions, motivating oneself, empathy, and social skill. Now, these are the counts on which this test is being evaluated. So let's go to the worksheet. The worksheet has about 101 questions. So this is not really a question as in multiple choice like the other ones in this playlist, but this is more about grade on a scale, right? So if you see these columns, this first 4-5 columns which I've highlighted, you don't have to do anything about it. You just have to, like as usual, type your answers from 1 to 5 on a ranking of 1 to 5. Where do you stand? And you type in 1 to 5 over here. Let's say I change this to 5, it changes somewhere. If I change this to 1, it becomes something else, right? So what is this about? Emotional profile. The scoring goes on totally agree to always agree, totally disagree to always agree. Okay, so 1 means totally disagree, 2 means partially disagree, 3 means sometimes agree, 4 means mostly agree, and 5 means always agree. Why is this a scale? Well, emotions are not always in yes or no. You know that. So it's not like yes or no. Sometimes I'm feeling like this, sometimes I'm feeling something else, and it shifts. We are all emotional beings, human beings. So our range of emotions kind of fluctuates from one end of the scale to another end of the scale. So what do these 5 things mean? Okay, let's see what this means. What does self-awareness mean? And then we'll come to the scoring part. Self-awareness is the ability to recognize what you are feeling, to understand your habitual emotional responses to events, and to recognize how your emotions and behavior affect your performance. When you are self-aware, you see yourself as others see you, and you have a good sense of your own abilities and current limitations. We all have limitations. It's important to know what those are. Managing emotions, the ability to stay focused and clearly think when experiencing powerful emotions. That is management of your emotions. Not blowing your lid off, not being angry at somebody or your work or your colleague or your family whenever you feel like. Okay? Being able to manage your own emotional state is essential for taking responsibility for your actions and can save you from hasty decisions that you later regret. We all take decisions in a hasty moment and then regret later. Oh, I shouldn't have said that, or oh, I shouldn't have done that to that person. Motivating oneself, the ability to use your deepest emotions to move and guide you towards your goals. This ability enables you to take initiative and to persevere in the face of obstacles and setbacks. Empathy is the ability to sense, understand, and respond to what other people are feeling. Self-awareness is essential to having empathy with others. The first one, self-awareness, right, is essential. If you're not aware of yourself, how can you be aware of others? This is where we begin. The journey begins with us, actually even ends with us, but never mind. Self-awareness is essential to having empathy with others. If you're not aware of your own emotions, you'll not be able to read or connect with others. In this world, we need to be able to connect to other human beings when we are working in this world. We all have relationships of all kinds. We have bosses, we have spouses, kids, parents, friends, family, colleagues. We need to be able to connect with them at the emotional level. Human beings are emotional beings first. Social skill, the ability to manage, influence, and inspire emotions in others. Ability to handle emotions in relationships, being able to influence the so-called influencers and inspire others are essential foundational skills, okay, we need to have. So these are the 5 points on which you'll score. 35 to 50 is an area of strength for you. Now this is the pie chart, which gives, other tests also have these pie charts. It's the easiest way to find out which one is my dominant portion. That's why I give pie charts. 35 to 50 is area of strength for you. 18 to 34, give attention to this area, will be helpful for you. 10 to 17, make this a developmental priority for you. Now here this shows in percentages, not in scores. So you can modify that if you're good at Excel. But in this score you can tell, see that? This person has got more self-awareness. And highest is on this person's score is social skill. So that's an area of strength for this person. Area of strength is motivating oneself, self-awareness, and social skill, right? So you can take this test and figure out what's your dominant part. The idea is not so much the score, idea is to know what's your dominant part and which are your weak areas in managing your own emotions. If you're not able to manage your own emotions, people, we are not going to make it very well in this world. You keep on having arguments, you keep on having fights, debates. What is this thing really at the essence of it? We are not able to make a connect with the other person. If you're not able to make that connect, you're not going to get very far. Doesn't matter what the kind of relationship is, or what your day is like, or what your moods are like. We are moody creatures, you and I both. So take this test, download links are below. And the rest of the videos also have their download links and worksheets. I suggest you take all of them to know a broad range of what kind of a being you are. How do you function? It's important to know this for adults, children, everyone. Okay? Take care. Be safe.